The Incredible Crab Alphabet Book by Jerry Pallotta, illustrated by Tom Leonard. Incredible crabs. A is for arrow crab. This skinny creature with the arrow-shaped head and body is an ocean crab. Some crabs live in water, some live on land. All crabs are decapods. The scientific word decapod means 10 feet. Crabs have 8 legs and 2 claws. 8 plus 2 equals 10. B. Crabs belong to a group of animals called crustaceans. All crustaceans have a hard, crusty shell and 2 pairs of antennae. B is for blue crab. Look at all its pairs of black legs, which are shaped like paddles. The blue crab is a swimming crab, but it can also run fast. When blue crabs get loose on fishing boats, crab fishermen yell, "Biter on board! Biter on boat!" Because they will hurt you with their pinchers. C. C is for Christmas Island crab. Christmas Island crabs live on land, and at the beginning of the rainy season, millions migrate to the ocean to lay their eggs. Moving down hills, through trees, and over roads, these crabs just keep on coming, like in a scary movie. Their amazing red migration can actually be seen from an airplane. D. D is for the decorator crab. Hey, there's one of those in the Pagoo book. He said it was a lady crab and she covered her shell with all kinds of things to hide. Wow. A decorator crab hides itself by covering its shell. This crab has covered itself with purple seaweed. It's well camouflaged and difficult to find. If this crab lived among green seaweed, it would wear green. I think it's right there in the middle. Really hard to see. E. E is for elbow crab. It's easy to see how this crab got its name. It has extremely long claws. It holds food in its elbows. Crabs have a protective shell on the outside of their bodies. It's called an exoskeleton. F. F is for fiddler crab. A fiddler crab has 1 giant claw and 1 tiny one. Claws are also called pinchers. Fiddler crabs shoot spitballs. They scoop up mud and sand into their mouths, swallow whatever is edible, and then spit out the rest. Don't try this at the dinner table. G. Most crabs have eyes like periscopes. They can raise and lower their eyes and turn them in a complete circle all the way around. That's pretty incredible. G is for ghost crab. Ghost crabs dig deep burrows in the sand to hide from the hot sun. You can see their entrance holes as you walk along the beach. Ghost crabs are nocturnal. They're active only at night when the sun goes down. They wake up, leave their tunnels, and go surprise people. Ghost crab. H. H is for Halloween crab. Wouldn't it be funny if you found a Halloween crab on Easter Island? This crab's black and orange colors remind people of Halloween. Human beings have red iron-based blood. Crabs have bluish-green, copper-based blood. I. I is for Imocarius. Imocarius is the name of a fossil that is very, very old. Paleontologists, scientists who study dinosaurs and other fossils, think it's the first crab on Earth. Today, there are more than 5,000 different species of living crabs. huge. J is for Japanese spider crab. This is the longest crab in the world. Its legs can be more than 6 feet long. Wow. Including its body, that's up to 13 feet across. The Japanese spider crab might be the world's greatest mountain climber. It can climb the walls of the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the Pacific Ocean. And now, a message from the crabs. We can't understand why people call us sour apples crab apples, or why you call unwanted wild grass crabgrass. And please don't call a grumpy teacher a crabby teacher. It's not nice. K. K is for king crab. That's one people like to eat. Most people love to eat seafood. Tons of king crabs are served in restaurants worldwide. Crabbers catch them with crab traps, fishing nets, and trout lines. Harvesting crabs and other shellfish, such as lobsters, clams, and shrimp, is a major industry. L. L is for little green crab. The best time to find little green crabs is at low tide. Gently pick up a rock, look in a beach puddle, or peek under seaweed, and you might spot one. Exploring nature at low tide along the shoreline is called tide pooling. We've been learning about tide pod pools with the Pagoo book. M. M is for mitten crab. Is this crab wearing gloves? Mitten crabs have a shell like other crabs, but they also have fur on their claws. Hairy claws are an unusual trait. How do crabs grow larger? They molt. Molting occurs when a crab sheds its shell and grows a new, bigger one. This mitten crab has just molted. So that's its old shell, which is smaller, and now it is bigger. N. N is for ninja crab. In Japan, it is also called a samurai crab or a hikigani. Some people think the back of this crab looks like the face of a ninja warrior. I can kind of see that. Other people believe the ninja crab may be their dead ancestors. The face on these crabs spooks some fishermen who refuse to hurt these crabs. O. O is for oyster crab. Oyster crabs are members of the pea crab family, which are considered the world's smallest crab. They often live inside clams, mussels, and oysters. President George Washington liked to see pea crabs floating in his oyster stew. Maybe someday you will become a carcinologist, a scientist who studies crabs and discovers an even smaller one. P. Whoa, that's a freaky looking one. This is a pom-pom crab. It holds poisonous anemones in its claws. The crab may look like a cheerleader, but it packs a punch. It holds the anemones like boxing gloves and punches predators. Go away, hungry fish. Q. Q is for queen crab. It used to be called a tanner crab. When delicious king crabs became overfished, commercial crabbers and restaurant owners started selling tanner crabs. To make tanner crabs more popular with diners, they renamed them queen crabs. In some restaurants, they are called snow crabs. We interrupt this book to bring you crab-eating monkeys. They are actually crab-eating macaws. The author of this book is a crab-eating human. R is for robber crab. Thief! Thief! This is the world's largest and heaviest land crab. If you are on an island with robber crabs, keep an eye on your belongings. Robber crabs steal things. Oops, your lunch is missing. Don't forget to look up. Robber crabs can climb trees. They are also called coconut crabs. S. S is for soldier crab. Most crabs walk sideways. The soldier crab walks straight ahead, just like a soldier. At low tide, it is common for these crabs to march like an army to the ocean. Attention! Forward march. Hup, 2, 3, 4. S could also be for sea spider. Sea spiders are not spiders and they are not crabs. They look strange and seem to be from another world. At first, scientists didn't know how to classify them. Yikes! Could they be aliens from another planet? T. T is for thorn-legged crab. This crab's thorny shell and legs offer protection from predators. Its thorny body is tough to swallow. If a crab loses a claw or a leg, it grows back. Regeneration, or the growing back of a lost limb, is rare in the animal world. U. U is for urchin crab. The urchin crab defends itself by carrying a sea urchin, a spiny creature on its back. This crab walks on 4 of its legs and carries the urchin with its other legs. Very clever. V. V is for velvet crab. This crab is pregnant. The bulge on its tail is filled with thousands of crab eggs. Pregnant crabs are called eggers, spongers, or barrier crabs. When her eggs hatch, this mom will have thousands of baby crabs. She's lucky she doesn't have to buy shoes for them. W. W is for wrinkle crab. This crab has a carapace that is ridged or wrinkled. A crab's one-piece top shell is called a carapace. Carapace can be smooth, bumpy, spiky, or many other textures and colors. Look at all the different kinds in this book. Yeah, we've seen a bunch. X. X is for xeno crab. Its full scientific name is Xenocarcinius depressius. Crabs live in different habitats: rainforests, muddy bottoms, sandy shoals, rocks and jetties, marsh islands, shipwrecks, deep water, shallow creeks, kelp forests, fishing banks, and even the Sargasso Sea. You can find a xeno crab in a tropical coral reef. Y. Y is for yeti crab. This fuzzy crab has no eyes. It is named after the yeti, a crypid is an animal that people search for but have not yet found. Yeti, Bigfoot, the Moki, Membri, Nessie, Bessie, and Chessie are all cryptids. You can discover more about these legendary creatures at your library. Maybe that explains why you didn't see Nessie when you were in Scotland visiting Aunt Lisa. I still think you scared her away with your rock throwing. Z. Z is for zebra hermit crab. Hermit crabs have a hard covering on their legs and claws, but their body is soft. To protect themselves, hermit crabs live in the discarded shells of other animals. This zebra hermit crab has found a nice home in a snail shell. Dear reader, thank you for reading about us cool crabs. This creature is a horseshoe crab, but don't be fooled. It has crab in its name, but it is not a crab. Horseshoe crabs are more closely related to scorpions. The horseshoe crab's mouth is between its legs. We hope you see you in beaches, and remember, we don't want our own book because we're selfish. We're shellfish. R.